Tucson, Arizona, with editor at-large Arthur Street on Twan having spent the required time with the new JL Wrangler Rubicon chasing hobbits down inside the Shire, it only made sense we'll be able to hop into one of the most conventional variants accessible. And so I hopped in a 2018 Jeep Wrangler Sahara Unlimited, which struck me as being the variant appears to be chosen with the vast majority of folks that buy Wranglers not for rock crawling but things such as Costco parking spot crawling. While the Wrangler made no states to an important share from the mass SUV market previous to arrival with the four-door JK Unlimited, it's the model that's powered the vast majority of its growth. Wrangler sales jumped almost 50% from around 80,000 to almost 120,000. Gets Hotter was introduced in 2007, along with the JK's popularity exceeded the TJ's even throughout the depressed recession numerous 2008-10, peaking in 2015 with 202,000 sold within the US alone. With SUVs being much more popular in 2017 compared to what they were in 2007 with thanks to the rise with the crossovers, the competitive landscape might be more complicated, plus the potential customer pool is a lot larger. Enter the JL Sahara. The mid-range Wrangler is mechanically just like the entry Sport, both can be found with your range of 3.6-litre V6 or 2.0-litre Turbo 4, no matter door quantity, and both engines are mated with an 8-speed automatic, although the V6 can be purchased with a 6-speed manual. Where the two differentiate are fancy frills like power windows and door locks, that the Sport goes without. For the two-door Sport, you can also skip the A, C. And even though the Stripper Special may be the one I'd likely drop my Bitcoin gains on, the 2018 Wrangler I spent most with the day in would have been a well-equipped Sahara Unlimited having a 2.0-litre turbo under its hood as well as the new retractable power top. On many different roads around the Tucson area, including a dose of washboardy dirt road, the Sahara Unlimited felt less such as a Wrangler and much more like, well, a modern-day crossover. There's still somewhat on-center play within the steering, but it's otherwise smooth and well-weighted. The suspension comes with a surprisingly smooth and composed ride with reasonable numbers of noise, even though the brakes don't offer any surprises either in direction. A brief stint in the two-door Sahara later from the day offered much in the same, but using the expected decrease in directional stability because of the shorter wheelbase. What was surprising was the performance from the 2.0-litre Turbo 4. Aided using a linear throttle that has a smooth dip-in, it made the Sahara willing to get going and offered lots of pull at any speed. The 8-speed automatic did the majority of its work inside the background just like a good auto should really, its ratios and programming well matched using the engine's power band. It's enough of an improvement in the V6, that's fine, that it's worth the need to forego the manual. As for your power top, it's a nifty dose of kit that I can see being previously inspired by certainly one of its distant cousins, the Fiat 500C, as such as the Cinquecentos, just the central piece retracts. With the full doors constantly in place, it's not an entirely open-air experience, and you get a lot closer as soon as you remove the cargo area side panels with simple twists of easy-to-operate latches. Half doors should become obtainable in 2019. Inside the meantime, you can even just yank them off. Unfortunately, no such luck for that rear glass in this setup. But it is possible to fold the windshield. That's no longer a semi-Herculean undertaking requiring better part of 60 minutes and a half. The variety of bolts that have to be removed has shrunk from 28 to 4, and some from the Jeep staff boasted about having the ability to complete the duty in about 5 minutes. General creature comfort's less complicated improved also. Interior material quality and fit is really as on par with including the fancier Grand Cherokee and several bits almost felt premium, as the latest U-Connect iteration supplies a much higher and crisper resolution than before. Several annoyances in the JK were expunged inside refinement process, such as being the push-button door handles and non-stay doors. With the JL, you may easily open the much lighter aluminum door with one hand just by pulling around the handle, so you won't need to worry as much regarding it crushing your shins afterward. The Sahara off-road experience was kept to some basic dirt trail around the approach with a hilltop site where Jeep had some Rubicons prepared for individuals to hop into. The Turbo 4 is extremely good for crawling, supplying the sort of predictable and smooth power delivery necessary to keep everything shiny without worries about atmospheric loss at altitude. I wouldn't grab the Sahara around the technical rock trail they picked for us to crawl over since you'll be charging sans lockers, but it's not unhappy in moderate off-pavement. It'll certainly ensure you get and your surfboard right down to the sanded sand on offer without complaint. That is as far off-road as almost all of these occasion to go. And make sure you examine the box to the optional limited slip rear differential when you get snow or plan about to it. Despite each one of its additional refinement and polished looks, the 2018 JL Wrangler won't be mistaken for whatever else by anybody. Given the amount of compromises removed within the redesign process, I hope Jeep has some shovel-ready offers to expand the footprint of the company's Wrangler plant in Toledo, Ohio. The JL Wrangler is a wonderful all-around vehicle which also meets all purist expectations and stays true to vehicles. Jeep will sell every last one that it could roll away from the line. After all, there's very little reason to have a functional but nondescript compact midsize crossover for your Costco crawl when you are able to have this Wrangler instead. If you're about to be stuck behind a slowly reversing Prius, you might likewise sit there using a smile. 2018 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara specifications on sale January 2018. Price $35,000. Est engine 2.0 liters turbocharged DOC 16 valve i4 270 horsepower at 5,200 revolutions per minute, 295 pounds-to-feet at 3,000 revolutions per minute. Transmission 8-speed automatic layout 4-door, 5-passenger, front engine. RWD/4WD SUV EPA mileage 19.24 miles per gallon, city/highway, Estel XWXH 188.4 by 73.8 by 73.6 in wheelbase, 118.4 in weight, 4,380 pounds, 0 to 60 miles per hour, and a top speed N.A.